Hey there, friendlies. How's up? I hope everyone is doing well. Um, Trying a new system, so let's see how it works. What I meant to say was, hey there, friendlies. Welcome to the Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream for the 1st of October, where we have bevies, we got blades, and we talk about bushcraft. Tonight's reading is from The Happy Camper by Kevin Callan. Before we get to the show, I just want to do the usual housekeeping where I say, if you are watching us time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next month, thank you for your eyes. Thank you for the comments that you drop in the doobly-doo, even after the fact. Warms the cockles of my heart. Excuse me. And if you... how does it go? Yes. If at any point tonight you really love what's going on, then I invite you to hit that thumbs up. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's going on, then that's all right. The thumbs down or the frowny thumb works just as well. And if you'd like to take a more active role in keeping the lights on around here and helping me pay for these monthly live streaming techs, then I invite you to investigate the join button down about wherever the hell it is. Right click, open in another tab, and there you will see that there are two tiers of membership, as well as information about what each level gets you. Just making sure that we're actually streaming here. Yes, this is like I used this tech for a test stream last night, but aside from that, this is sort of go time. I was just like hoping that everything would be working out well. I do see that there is chat showing up on the screen. I don't know if I really love that. I'm just trying stuff out. Last night that wasn't working, so I'm happy to see that it is. Excuse me. So, just two news pieces tonight. Things happening out in the world. The first is Colombo, which is the capital of Sri Lanka. They have this huge program going on where they're changing like wastelands and like piles of garbage, floating garbage back into healthy wetlands. This is well, for two reasons. A, to reduce the pollution, but it's also because the place is flood prone, and it's just getting worse as the world wakes up and tries to get back at humankind for what we've been doing to it, I guess. And so they've sort of twigged to the fact that they really need these wetlands as flood mitigators. So, I mean, they've been working on it for about 15 years. So pristine wetlands, it's probably a very expensive program, but it's required. And it's interesting because we are starting to see little stories like this sort of popping up here and there. And it reminded me of a recent-ish episode of the 99% Invisible podcast. They did a 6-episode miniseries called Not Made for This, I believe. And one of them was of how a small town jumped through all the hoops that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers lays in front of projects, and then got the money from the government they required to do something fairly similar. They had a levee that was, half in the grave. So they rebuilt the levee further back because there was a natural floodplain around the river that they were trying to stop from flooding. And so they built the levee further back and left the floodplain and sort of regenerated it back into its natural state, and it has helped massively. So it's interesting that small units of people, small towns, or well, Colombo's not a small town, but like cities are sort of picking up the reins a little bit and trying to sort of help themselves. Anyways, it was just an interesting story. Second, there's a family of farmers in Norway that rents out their cabin, and it's like full on 19th century lifestyle. there's like practically no electricity. So there's a toilet and there's whatever mod cons you require in order to meet um, legislation for running a place. But aside from that, it's candles and lanterns, and you go there and you can, in fact, even there's a package where you wear period clothes the whole time you're there. And the idea is it's centered on the idea that a simple, greener, cleaner life is something that everyone should experience, and maybe drink a little water, and just maybe change the angle of your vision a little bit. It's in Norway, so of course I would want to to rent it out for a while. But anyways, those are just two little, not not huge stories, not political stories, maybe an antidote to what we're all seeing on the news and the YouTubes and the TikToks right now. As always, the links for both these stories are in the show notes below. And of course, none of this is sponsored content. I just want to make sure that I had actually put those. Yes, the links are there. Yes. So before we do the reading, I just want to see who's hanging with me. I see some names scrolling past on the YouTube side, but if I use the chat on the whatever this app is called, Streamlabs Talk something. Does anyone remember what this thing is called? The Streamlabs web-based live streaming tech. If I use here, then I can show people's comments on screen. One thing that this does not do that Streamyard did, though, is show people's membership icons. So I can't, like, if I bring up, so Peanut Trucker was the first person to comment. So if I show up on screen, it doesn't have his membership icon there. So I have to really be on the ball. But anyway, so Peanut Trucker was first, popping in at like, what is it, 8:15? Foxit, Cliff was second, and I really have to send a note of thanks to Cliff, because without him making a comment last week, I would not have known that the price for StreamYard was going to go. Okay, so after that live stream, I looked at what I'm paying, and I was already on the $49 plan. What I hadn't realized was that that's $49 US. So I've been throwing a lot of money at StreamYard, and what they were switching me to was the $88.99 US plan, and I realized I can't even afford $50 US per month. So like 90 US per month for what we're doing here. It's just not sustainable. I'm not a big enough channel. I'm not. What that's been doing is essentially putting me in the hole since last June or whatever. Anyway, so this thing that I'm using, this it's like 17 US a month, which, look, I have members, right? I'm, the channel's monetized. I'm going to put money into it. But 17 US bucks a month is a lot closer to what I can afford for sure. So anyway, so thanks, Mr. Foxit, for the heads up. David Evans in the house. How's it going, David? Third. Oh, well, better than fourth, especially if you're in the Olympics. Am I right? Just let me say the usual. Tea is a good drink. Chris texted David earlier to make sure you got home okay. David was a traveling man. I'm just going to skip down a little bit. Canadian in the house. Okay, there we go. I had a fairly decent day. I'm having a rough week, but like tired, not bad week. I'm going to skip down. Everyone's saying hi. It's all just like Fox at Canadian and Chris right now. But I mean, I'm this is all before 9, so I'm really behind. Christy, how's it going, Christy? I believe that Christy is still a channel hero. He said, glancing at the YouTube page. Yes, Christy is still a channel hero. So nice to see you, Christy. In fact, Christy was present at the unplanned stream last night where I was testing out this new thing. I kind of like it so far. It's still a little unfamiliar. There's a couple of little rough spots, but I'm pretty happy with it so far, and it's affordable, right? Did I see? Look at that. We got Serge in the house. How's it going? Saying hi. Swinging by and saying hi. Darth Vader has become a member. Please tell me you guys saw that. Yes. Yes. A little bouncing down. Okay, so it's working tonight. I don't know if Russell's here yet, but last night Russell and I tried to get this to work. And it was Grace. Member, nice to see that happening. What is going on all of a sudden? Country Boy also in on the stream last night. Nice to see you. So what I'm going to have to do is move the scrolling, like both these things that are appearing on the screen. I'm going to have to move them up to the top, I believe, because that way they don't get hidden when I do this. Peanut Trucker's wife, Jennifer. How's it going? Are you back from your Western trip yet, Jennifer? Are you back home? Or are you still out there? Hey, Scott. That sucks. I gotta love those deer flies. They sort of remind you of what it feels like to hurt, eh? Chris says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. The hammer's back in town. David back in the house. Chris is also a channel mod. Man, I do wish that the icons showed up. What's with all these memberships happening here, man? I feel like I might have missed something. It's because I'm so behind. Curmudgeon, Alaska. And now, Curmudgeon, Alaska, I'm glad to see your name pop up because I really did discover your channel a lot more recently than I discovered, say, like Sean in Alaska or whatever. There we go. So it's nice that we're actually interacting a lot more. For those of you who don't know Curmudgeon, Alaska, check out that channel. Some cool, like I watch anything almost that pertains to the North, right? I would love to spend some time up in the Yukon, and I'm wondering if I can stop that chime from happening. There was something. I did want to say that, hold on, I just got lost in the UI here. Okay, I'm back. What I wanted to do was to announce that yesterday I canceled my Streamyard account because I was going to go all in on this, and it really felt nice to cancel that account. So I would just like to do this and this. That was silly, but I enjoyed it. Oh my Len, Aqua Boss. I don't know if I've ever spoken to Aqua Boss. Whoa, okay. Oh, I think Al did one of his, because I see a lot of people like Touching Grass with David Brousseau. Hold on, Touching Grass with David Brousseau. Is that a channel I should check out? I'm just scrolling through the YouTube side of things here because that's where I can actually click on someone's name and see if there's a channel attached to a name. I see it. Okay, so um, let me sort of catch up to. Al said, "Someone said I don't like live, so F him." That's why he's here tonight, just to mess with us, I guess. Anyways, it's nice to have you on the live, Al. I've sort of missed you lately. Um, Christy says she sees a badge next to her name. Yes, but when I click on your like when I bring up your text, it doesn't have a badge next to your name the way it did when I was using StreamYard. Excuse me, I got a scratch. Um, yeah, I'd love to know who all these people are, guys. Feel free to drop some chit chat when you're hanging out with us. Um, great, great group of people around. Everyone's interested in discussion, and I mean, there are certain things we don't talk about here, right? We for YouTube reasons, we don't talk about pew pews. I really don't want to hear about your politics, whether you're left or right. It's the least popular. It's the least boring. Can I just? It's the least interesting thing that we could talk about right now. I just feel politics right out. So a couple of years ago, I made the decision to make my channel politics free. It just makes it easier for us to remain friends sometimes. Uh, I'm just gonna skip down and try to catch up because I'm. Oh no, I'm caught up. Marcus, Marcus in the house, saying hi. Hey there, Marcus. How are things your way? Uh, so much. Yeah, because I think I'm guessing that Al gifted probably 50 memberships. Though it doesn't. It's weird that it doesn't bring that up on the stream thing chat the way it does in YouTube. Yeah, I see. It was 50 Al on the street being being all generous and stuff. I just killed the chat on the YouTube side. Rats. Okay, it's back. So I'm caught up. I can't believe it's already 9:22. So I'm gonna do the reading. It's very short, and then I'm gonna tell you why, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay. So it's from this book. I've read from this book before. Hi, Shane Jenkins. Welcome to being a member of the third coolest live stream channel that I know of. All right. Robert Cizernos. I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to this, as Russell from Raspberry Rock says every week. I wish I'd come up with something like that. So, Kevin says, I admit that sleeping out overnight in the wintertime is definitely not for everyone. I'll also admit that cold camping obviously has a number of hazards, or at least some major discomforts. It's understandable that the moment the sun sets and the temperature drops, you're going to want to escape to a warm place. It's human nature. I'll even confess that the older I get, the more excuses I seem to find not to head out for my annual winter trip. In fact, lately, I've had to have my wife call me a sissy before convincing myself to once again sleep out in the frigid temperatures. The point, however, is that I still manage to do it and always end up loving every minute of it. So I guarantee that as long as you develop the necessary skills and pack along the essential equipment, your first time sleeping out in the cold definitely won't be your last. And then the book goes into everything from like clothing to sleeping bags to stuff like that. The reason I read that is because it relates to something that I absolutely love. And I want to talk about things that outdoorsy things or camping or homesteading things that we absolutely love tonight. I invite you to say in the side chat something that a moment that is something you love when you're out camping or hiking or you know something about your homestead or whatever. And that's that I love on a cold day. And I used to get this a lot when I used to go hunting a lot. I love coming in from the cold and having supper and a cup of tea and then lighting a fire and crawling into a nice warm bed. and knowing that it's bloody frigid out there, and like maybe there's like our hunt cabin was drafty as hell. So, there's always a little draft coming in. Um, but I love that moment of you're full body tired. You've been working your ass off all day. You know you're gonna sleep well. And you get under the covers or into your sleeping bag, and you're smelling the fire, and there's the warmth from the fire coming, and there's no sound of traffic out the door, right? There's just you may hear wolves or something like that, or you may hear the scratch of a branch on the pane of glass or on the wall of the cabin or the tent or whatever. I love that moment. I absolutely love that moment. And I love drifting off to sleep, like a full on exhausted sleep. And like there was, um, when I used to crew on a 30-foot sailboat, like just on a lake, not out in the ocean. The best moment was when the diesel switched off, and it was, the sound of the engine disappeared, and then there was nothing but the sound of the wind in the sails. That transition was one of the best feelings of a sailing trip. So what I want to Jeff Whiskey, I recognize that name, guys. If any of you who are familiar with my other channel, you've got to check out his channel. Golden content if you're into the whiskey side of things. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about things that we love, because I find that the the news cycle these days is just garbage. It's just depressing. It's terrible, and we're not going to talk about it because my channel is politics free. But I do want to know what's a moment that you love about being in the outdoors or being in your cabin, being alone. Like, I know that if you're someone like Russell from Raspberry Rock, you live off grid in the Canadian forest, surrounded by breathtaking beauty. I'm saying that with a certain amount of jealousy in my, maybe not in my voice, but definitely in my heart. But yeah, so hey, is Stacy here? Hold on a second. I realize I'm getting backed up on the chat. Excuse me. What did Marcus say? Hi there, Corn-Fed Experience. How are you? I don't know if I've seen your name on my chat before, but welcome. I hope you're going to have a great time tonight. I hope you have some good conversation in the side chat. Let's see. Everyone's just sort of saying hi to each other. Don't forget my question, though, guys. Don't you go forgetting my damn question. Hey, Destiny's here. How's it going, Destiny? I believe I saw you briefly during the test for tonight's live stream last night. Destiny's asking the important questions. Marcus, how are those doggies doing? I would love to have a dog again. Really would. There's this whole constant conversation in my family about pets. The girls, when I say the girls, I mean my two girls and the missus. I think they would like a cat. I'm allergic to cats, so the missus and I have been trying to find a hypoallergenic cat that ain't gonna make me sneeze. I know like a Russian blue is a good choice for that. My fiddle player has a Russian blue, which is gorgeous. I think the missus wants like a Bengal. They're also very pretty. Hold on a second. Grace. Yeah, Grace is saying that the majority of folks getting memberships probably aren't here, but at some point they subscribe to Jesse's channel. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works. I know that I'm not eligible for gifted memberships because both of my channel names are whatever non-personal channels are called. They're business channels. They're not really business channels, but you know what I'm saying. They're entertainment channels. So I'm not eligible for gifted memberships. But I thought you had to actually be watching to get gifted a membership, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. I've got no idea. It's really tough to recognize stuff in this side chat on the stream thing, whatever it's called. I believe Hike with Mike is here, though. I think I saw his name. Hike, nice to see you. How are things down in Florida? I hope you're not... I can't keep all the tropical storms and hurricanes straight anymore. Are you safe? Is there a storm? I don't know. I just assume that at every moment there's a storm going on. I can't keep them straight anymore. David says he never gets tired of a beautiful sunset. I do not either. I have a question for you people, because we're at 9:30, and as we all know, at 10 o'clock, I pour a dram. So here are my choices for tonight, because Al is here. You know what? Let's make this a poll. Let's make this a poll. Tonight's dram should be... Oops. Oh, my land. I misspelled dram. Hold on. Okay, 1. Johnny Walker Blue. Thanks you to Al. Thanks you. Thanks to Al for the bottle. I'm just calling it Johnny Blue. Oh, man, I misspelled Johnny. What is going on with this guy? This guy, Jess. Johnny Blue. Now, because Stacy's here, 2 brewers, Yukon single malt. Or Compass Box, the Peat Monster. Come on, camera. There we go. Compass Box just went through some changes. So I hope that they don't lose sight of the goal. So I will leave that open until 21:45, and then we'll know what the dram is that I will be pouring for the 10 o'clock whatever. Hold on a second. Fox, it says, I love winter. No more vampires trying to make me lethargic in the garden. Fair enough. Are you talking about mosquitoes, or are you actually beset by vampires in your garden? Yeah, Stacy is here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I've seen your content on one of the other platforms lately. I check in every now and again just to see how things are going. I knew that grapes were bad for dogs. There's no way. I've had dogs a couple of times, and nope, no bueno. Destiny's gotta love Al. I knew he was the guy behind the ding dings. Yeah, he often is very, very generous. That dude, that guy. Stacy's catching up on all your guys' videos. The cruise looked fun. I've never been on a cruise, but it looks like a good time. Le système n'était pas armé à 21h30 le 1 octobre. Okay. It's telling me I should be turning on the alarm system. The sound of owls hooting and coyotes singing. That sounds great. I think you're talking about when I'm talking about when I snuggle down into bed and there's no traffic sounds when you're out in the woods. I haven't seen any videos practically this week at all. So it's been a rough week. One of our little kids is sick. We've been seeing the doctor, getting x-rays, stuff like that. Oh my land. Our pug ate a whole bag of bridge mix. Yuck. Gross. Adventures with Josie. There's a name I haven't. Okay, so I think you guys are getting an ad. Because I'm getting an ad. Nice to see Adventures with Josie's name popping in there. I'm going to skip the ad. I have now skipped the ad. Yes, Josie's here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You got some interesting stuff happening lately, for sure. Josie also, what do you do in the winter, Josie? Because I know you got that great bike for warm weather, but like, do you ski in the winter? I realize I've never really, I don't know what you do in the winter. Because you got to stay active, right? My problem is that I bike all summer and then I'm not active in the winter, so I sort of. And my doctor told me, my doctor, suddenly I'm over 50 again. But he did say that being active, and then being a slug, and then active can be not as bad as just never being active, but it really does a number on you. Chris says, we like a cool night, light a fire, and a cast iron pot over the fire, cooking something that smells so good the neighbors can smell it. Listen to the crackling fires, the sun goes down. I do love that. That is a great visual in my head. A lot of I love this, for me, does include a campfire for sure. For sure. So yeah, I love that image. And I also like a cool night. I don't like, especially if it's been like a stankin' hot day, I really want the nighttime to sort of give me a breath of fresh air, you know? I believe that Country Boy just sent me. Country Boy, did you just buy the Buffalo Trace Kentucky bourbon for $46? Is that what you're having tonight? I love Destiny. Stacey, say where that you been, girl? She's up there, man. She's doing stuff up there in the Yukon. So Stacey says, everything Russell is now that I'm retired. That's all that matters. I love that. I don't know if I'm probably not going to get to retire, but it would be nice. It would definitely be nice. Russell says, walking through the woods on a temperate day, sun shining and leaves falling from the trees. I can see that too, especially because you live in such a damn nice chunk of land. This is ideal time. That year when I went camping at around this time, the leaves were spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. I was happy to be alive. Such a nice chunk of land. Yeah, I also liked what Peanut Trucker said. I think just so nice. David is also happy to see Stacy here. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta watch that video. I'm so behind. So behind. I've been so busy. Work is just, at least I like what I do. Retirement is awesome, says Russell. Ooh. Hold on. Oh, okay. So you got gifted membership on another channel and you weren't even watching, just got an email. Okay, so I guess you're right then. I didn't even know that, which just goes to show you how good I am at this whole knowledge stuff. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I remember seeing Darth Vader's name pop up. I think he was the first or the second. So I guess you're right. Interesting, because I had asked that question in a previous live stream like months ago. It's like, what happens if Al gifts 50 memberships but there are only 25 people watching? Right? I guess now we know. David says, Pam's father's house in Gulfport got wrecked by Helen. Good thing you sold it last year. Ugh. So I guess, yeah, I'm guessing that I think Helen is it the most recent storm or is it still going? Stacy says, Yukon represent. Yeah. Cliff says, Johnny Walker Blue. Destiny also says Johnny Walker. Yes, mosquitoes, aka vampires. I'm not that late. It's 21:40, and Fox, it's comment was at like 9:33. So I'm not doing that badly. Cornfed does not get ads. Oh, do you use YouTube Premium? I know that a lot of oh no. Josie's internet cut out. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, because you bike all summer. I mean, there's footage of you doing it, and I know you got that great bike. What's the winter version of Josie's biking? Like, what do you do to stay active in the winter? He said, looking for ideas. David is asking if anyone watches Jay Leger's videos on YouTube. That guy's an awesome videographer. Yeah, and I believe he's also in the Yukon. He's from out east. I think he's from Newfoundland, but he's in. Am I wrong? Is he in the Northwest Territories? No, I believe he's in the Yukon. But yeah, he's his stuff is heavy on the winter camping and interesting, very, very interesting stuff. V-Bow just subscribed. Welcome to the family. That was probably an Al membership. Wait, no, that was subscribe. That wasn't a membership. Oh, thank you for your subscription. Now we're getting to the important question. Have you had a fire yet in the wood stove, Russell? Josie says, I love when you're hiking through the forest and you get a whiff of that amazing rich earth pine smell. Yeah, the smells of the forest. And I find, and most of you will have an opinion one way or the other on this, I find that the smells of the forest are much more lush and rich after dark. We were on a nighttime hike up in somewhere in the boreal forest, because Jesse loves the boreal forest. Up in the Saguenay, and I mentioned that to the guy who was leading the tour, the guided hike, and he said that he gave me some scientific reason for that I completely cannot remember, but it has to do with there being, like, as the temperature comes down after a hot day, like there's more moisture in the air and stuff. But yeah, Josie, I like that too. I think that's a great image. Okay, Russell did light the stove up. It was 14C in the cabin. Like, it's so good to get home though, eh? Like, no matter how good your trip is, no matter how fabulous a time you had, but it's got to be so great to enter your. Well, I find that it's great to enter my own home after even a terrific trip. Country Boy showed me a picture in Discord of Buffalo Trace that he, I guess, just got. He says he's been told it was a nice bourbon at a really decent price point, which is true. Can't find the E.H. Taylor, so I'm looking for something that comes with recommendations. A few stores have told me it's good. Was hoping one of your American viewers might know something about it. Well, I've got a bottle of it, and it's a fine bourbon, and it's like $46. You know, if you're into buying scotch, then $46 is like, how can they afford to sell something so cheap, kind of thing. The E.H. Taylor, it's a unicorn. It's really hard to find. That's why when my wife took a picture of like a row of whiskeys from like in a liquor store in New York, and that was one of them, I said, buy that. But it was like it was $125, right? So the E.H. Taylor is not in any way a cheapo bourbon, for sure. But yeah, that Buffalo Trace is a fine drink for sure. David is hoping that it'll cool off soon so you can light the wood stove for the first time. Yeah, right. You're still waiting on the inaugural burn, eh? Have you done you haven't even done the burn-in yet? Cornfed experience likes cold camping. I usually camp all year round, camp on the lake after it freezes. Ice fishing is great in the overnight hours. Yeah, that sounds great. What I don't want to know exactly, but generally what geographical area are you in? Like, if you can camp on the lake after it freezes, you're not down near Florida or Arkansas or something like that. So what general area are you in? I always clarify that I don't want like your area code or your address or your city, but like, state or province. Just we have people who live in many, many different areas here, and they all tend to discuss the weather. Um, Russell's asking David, how much firewood have you set up? Yeah, David, how much time do you have to dedicate to firewood? Because you spend like several months in Florida, so like, do you have a cord or two delivered at X time and like stack it in a rush or what? Or I guess you haven't had a wood burning stove before, so you're just working out your system now, I'm guessing, eh? Hey, LT Survival is here. How's it going? I hope all is well. Russell's woodshed. No, David's woodshed is full and holds 3 bush cords. I have a pile of maple to split for next year. Letting it dry out a bit. Yeah, Vibo, that was Al. That was the man on the street for sure. Is he still hanging with us? Okay, so Josie says in the summer I bike, yep, and hike, absolutely, and paddle a bit. You won a canoe, a really nice canoe, but you said it was quite heavy. I don't remember. You said you were gonna maybe lose that one and buy something lighter. Did you ever do that? In the winter, you still hike and do some cross country skiing. Nice. I haven't skied in years and years, but I did like cross country. Never gonna like downhill. Tried it. I've tried to like it. I'm never gonna love snowboarding. I was actually pretty good at it, but I get really claustrophobic having my feet like locked in. So I dropped the snowboard very quickly. Hey, Jim has become a member. Oh wait, did Al just gift more memberships? I think I just saw something flash by. Al has gifted another 50. I don't subscribers for 50. Adventures with Josie. So in Samurai Bike. Oh yeah, we've already done that. Sorry. Excuse me. Adventures. Josie doesn't have a fat bike. If you would do winter. I would love a fat bike. There is so much family stuff to pay for that I cannot justify getting one, but I would love a fat bike. That would be so crazy. Also, I don't have anywhere to put one because I have my cross country bike, which I've actually got road slicks on now, and I'm using it as my commuter and just sort of gotta think, jump on the bike and go. It's a mountain bike though, so I have to pump a lot harder than you do on that beautiful road bike of yours. But I also have my trails bike, which is a Cannondale dually. And like the kids have their bikes and the missus has her bike. There's no room for me to fit a fat bike. I would also love an electric bike just for commuting to work because I work 16 kilometers away. And I would love to just not use my car. But on my stupid little mountain bike wheels, it takes me almost 2 hours to pedal there. And I'm like, "Eh!" And some fool on like a hybrid just goes past me. He's not even taking over, you know? Oh, okay. So he's in the territories. All right. I wasn't sure. But yes, close enough. I told you guys my stepbrother used to live in the Northwest Territories, when he was flying for First Air. Yes, Country Boy says yes. Buy it for the price. Yeah, buy it absolutely because you know what? At $45, if you don't love it, you can still use it for cocktails. I should have made a cocktail for tonight, right? It's a good enough bourbon that if you don't love it, it's still going to make a great old fashioned, or it's still going to make a great. Enter your favorite whiskey cocktail here, kind of thing. Oh, we're at 10 to 10. Woodgar has become a member. That is a great name. Love that. Yeah, I looked into it. It was Al. It was definitely Al. Yeah, he's been gifting memberships all night, which he doesn't have to do. I mean, I'm grateful, absolutely, and I think it's great because suddenly all these people are going to have access to the members only content that I do, which is amazing because it helps. Yeah, I mean it helps. What does that mean? I'm not even thinking. I'm just blip, blip, blip. Like it helps to sort of show them the stuff that's available when you have a membership. I'm just blabbing. I'm just going. Well, I'm happy. I've got this new tech that I'm sort of getting lost in, but I'm just like that, whatever. Destiny says, still waiting on your barbecue at the border with you and Sean in Alaska. No excuses now that you're retired, but Sean's not retired yet. I don't think. Like, I wonder how that would work. Like, is there a border between the Yukon and Alaska that doesn't have that huge swath of the forest, like, cut away, sort of raised? Is it like just a spot, a road where you can just set up a barbecue on either side and like reach across and shake each other's hands? Like the border between Canada and the U.S. on in Stansted, Quebec. Well, on the Canadian side, it's Stansted. On the American side, it's Derby Line, and like that border goes right through the library building, and like has parts of the town straddle the border. You guys, I've mentioned this before, but something like that would be an awesome place to do a cross border barbecue. Yeah, Christy's saying, Al, good old Al. Am I like, did I shoot backwards or something? Ah, nice. Chris subscribed to Adventures with Josie. You're not gonna regret that subscription. Adventures. Josie says, I don't really worry too much about staying in shape for biking through the winter. I just jump into it each spring and try to get the legs moving again. It's so good to like the way you feel after a summer of like biking every like few times a week. You breathe better, you move better. Oh yeah, nice. You can go visit him now. You have a friend in Palmer, so you're totally planning a road trip to Alaska soon. Nice. How many hours drive would it be between you and Sean? Stacy. Russell says, as soon as I make that first as soon as I make that first turn on the ATV trail, I feel like I'm home. Even if it's 1 a.m., I'm still happy. Yeah, you can't beat the feeling of getting home. Speaking of which, Jim is heading home, or at least he was at 10 minutes ago. I'm 10 minutes behind. Which means I should have ended the poll, which I shall now do. So the people have spoken, but I don't see. Johnny Blue is 43%. Two Brewers is 37%, and the Peat Monster is 18%. That was 16 votes. So I guess it's the Johnny Blue, which means it only has to breathe for like 3 minutes because it's I think the youngest juice in here is 3 years old. There's probably more. Does it say? But I believe that there's some stuff that's like 7 years old in here. I'm not entirely sure about that. There we go. That's a pretty nice energetic pour, actually. I'm gonna have to bottle this down. Once you get down there, don't let it go for longer than a month. Finish it off, because the oxidization is real, man. Sorry, all my books just fell over here. David says it was definitely good to get happy. I was definitely happy to get home today. Yeah, gotta love that homecoming feeling. lost that feeling. Adventures. Josie says, I'm going to be making some YouTube videos about that trip sometime, maybe this winter. I actually posted 2 new YouTube videos on my channel this week, getting into YouTube again. Okay, good to know. I will, because I have to jump back onto my watching, so I will keep track of that. Corn-fed is in Iowa. I have never been to Iowa. There's so many parts of the states that, well, there's a lot of parts of Canada I've never been to either. It's funny. I've been almost all the way across the country. I've been from Vancouver Island straight through to Prince Edward Island. Never been to Newfoundland though, and I've never been to the north. Dying to see the north. Really, I can't even tell you guys. Dying to see the north, but like not in January. Absolutely have to see the north. If the stove has been sitting there for a while, I might want to vacuum it off. Burning dust isn't a fun smell. I think he has to do his first burn-in, though, doesn't he? Right? It's still a brand new stove. I don't think he's even done the burn-in yet. Destiny says Johnny Blue is leading the poll. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, that's a pro tip from someone who smelled a lot of burning dust. Yeah, gross. Skip. How's it going, Skip? How you doing? How's the weather and all that stuff? Oh, Sale still hasn't brought in all the wood. You gotta jump all over that. Well, I mean, how much is left though? Is it like, oh, I'm half done, or is it, I've done this much and there's still this much to deal with? I just sort of missed everything. Crumbs. Hold on. Oh, David is not heading to Florida until January this time around, and just for 6 weeks. Okay. I would ask why, but I'm not going to because it's none of my business. Josie sold the canoe this summer. It was too heavy. Haven't bought a new one yet. Well, you got time. I mean, we're leaving the canoe season behind us. Do you know what you want? Do you have something in your like on the radar? I have the exact canoe I want. Just man, I had a printout somewhere, but I no longer do. But it's gonna, like, after tax, it's gonna be like $5,000. So I'm gonna have to save up for years. I'm skipping across the messages where someone was gifted a membership because it sort of flashed up on the screen anyway, and these people probably aren't watching us right now, so but there's a lot of them in a row right here, so I'm just skipping on by. What? Did Al take off? But I poured Johnny Blue. You can't take off. I poured Johnny Blue, man. So did he like buy another 50 memberships on his way out the door? Yeah, Josie. I cross. Although it's funny because for years now, what I've been doing is snowshoeing, and I really like snowshoeing. I love snowshoeing. That's a good time as far as I'm concerned. I just love it. I told the story of my first snowshoeing experience that I did with the missus a long time ago. But we bought snowshoes because we were looking for something to do in the winter, because my doctor had just said, find something to do in winter. Don't just walk. We're too efficient at it as a species. Ski, snowshoe, like those are two things he said, or skate, something that is walking but with extra effort. And I tweaked onto the word snowshoeing. I was like, I'm gonna try out snowshoeing. And so we bought these snowshoes and we went out to a bed and breakfast, I guess, out in the forest, and we got a map of a local snowshoeing trail, and we went up, and we thought we were doing the easy trail, but we sort of took a wrong turn, and we ended up doing an intermediate trail that sort of went up to the top of this little mountain. But the problem is the sun started coming down as we got to the top of the mountains. We were like, we got to move first of all, once it took us a while to figure out where the hell we were. It's like, oh my god, we're not on the right trail. So we made it back, but like the light was fading, and we didn't have a flashlight with us because we thought we were just doing a quick little loop to test out these new snowshoes that we'd gotten. But yeah, it was a good trip. I also crashed a dog sled on that trip. Lipstick Lodge was gifted a membership. I haven't seen her around lately, actually. Does anyone know how she's doing? Like, I don't want to ask how someone who we haven't seen in a long time is doing because, well, you know, because every now and again you do that and they've passed. That's what happened last time. I'm just sort of skipping. Yeah, Country Boy says, if I was going to keep doing that, you have to figure out how to stop the chimes. I have no idea how to stop the chimes. No idea. It's still such a nice gesture on Al's part. Nothing. I hope she's okay. I haven't checked out her YouTube channel in a while. Maybe I'll check that out after we're done here, just to see if she's been posting lately. Adventure. Josie says, I have a gravel bike now. Works a lot better for all the different roads and trails you end up riding. Yeah. Okay. So I guess, when was the last time you got a new bike? Like, is this something recent? I can see a gravel bike being a good choice for you, though, considering all the terrain you ride on. Sorry, Country Boy, I'll behave. Love it. Okay, so David just wants to spend a bit more time up north this year. That's fun. Oh, it's 2101. Al, I hope you have a dram poured. Country Boy says, snow is awesome if you don't have to commute in it. That's why I stay home when it snows. I have to shovel. Stacy's asking if I find this new streaming platform as easy as StreamYard. They're very similar, actually. They're not the same, but they are similar. I don't think it's hard. I just think I'm not used to the positioning of certain things, so I'm kind of like casting about. But I could see myself getting used to this very quickly. And honestly, for less than 20 US per month versus the 50 US per month I was paying StreamYard, I don't care. It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be as good as StreamYard for me to be happy. It just has to be good. I do wish that when I popped someone up on screen, their membership icon would show like it does with StreamYard. But for less than half the price, am I really going to complain? No, absolutely not. It's 20 kilometers of no man's land between the Yukon and Alaska. Fair enough. I'm just, what did I say? I didn't say anything. So here's a funny thing. When a name has popped up, there's a tag on it, no matter whose name it is, that says double click to update. So I'm double clicking and nothing's happening. So that's weird. But that's one of the things that I don't quite get everything about how this operates. I should invite J. Leger as a guest. I bet he would do it. I'm going to take note of that. I should probably. I think that would be fascinating. Fascinating. Because his channel is full of fascinating stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take note of that. And Anchorage is about 16 hours. Sean's okay, so yeah. All right, so it's a big trip. I guess everything's a big trip up there. Honeybee, just in time for the pour. How's it going, mister? How do you like so how do you guys like the look of the screen? I mean, it's not that different. In fact, I've set it up to be kind of similar even when there are two people on, like the window and my usual background behind it. But like, how do you guys like the name and everything here? It's not the same, but I think it's okay. I think it's nice. Advert. I'm just waiting for the ad to finish. How many people are getting an ad? I know some of you don't get ads, but some of you will. Excuse me. I'm just waiting for the ads. Okay, good. Chris is in Iowa tonight, headed back to California. You do some long trips, dude. Like you're always on the road, and I bet you've crossed the entire country like billions of times. Billions. I'm not really. That's bombast, but you know what I'm saying. Stacey has a new video. Yes, I'm going to check it out as soon as I can. I saw something with that. LT said something, and I think I scrolled past it. Oh, and okay. Sales just answering whatever it was. Yes, I changed my streaming software. Streamyard had. I was already paying too much. I was already paying something I just can't afford, and they've rejigged all their plans, and so my price would have gone up from $49 US per month to 80 to 90. So I was like, nope, I'm out. I canceled my Streamyard membership or whatever last night. Good old Johnny Blue. David says that the burn is simply to slowly build up the fire to a great big ripping one. But sorry guys. My dusty basement strikes again. Several YouTubers who I've watched, when they get a new stove, they do the burn in sort of like out in the yard before bringing it in, because they're burning off whatever residue there might be from the construction. You probably don't have to do it out in the yard though. LT, I'm using something by Streamlabs Talk Studio. Do I have that right? Streamlabs Talk Studio. I think that's what it's called. Oh yeah, actually, if I look at the URL, it's talkstudio.streamlabs.com. So yes. Sales got half of what you need inside. Still had a quarter to inside already from last year. Okay. Everyone's saying good night to Al. So good night, Al. I'm having a little Johnny Blue in your honor. Jody will not be buying a canoe for a long time. Too many other things need to buy first. Might end up just getting a cheap kayak for now. I think I want to get a 15-foot lightweight Swift Prospector. Yeah, you do, because that's what I want as well. And you're a person of very good taste. I was looking at Prospector 16. I'm wondering if they do the combi on that model though, because I would like. I think it's their Keewatin. They have a combi option, because I would like to be able to solo it or go paddling with Cody, right? Someone gave me a pair of snowshoes last winter that they didn't want. I wanted to start using them, but then we lost all our snow. Wasn't a lot of snow here. Yeah, last winter was kind of disappointing, eh? I hope you get to use them this winter. There's a real magic to snowshoeing. It's like you're in the slow lane and you don't care. Yeah, Sale says it was crappy year for snow here too. Yep. You went snowshoeing twice last year. I didn't get to go at all. I think I went once. 3 years ago. So yeah, I think I've seen that bike then. Oh wait, you bought a new one this spring because the first one was too big. Okay. The bike staff sold me the wrong size, and I didn't realize until it was too late. Okay. Everyone's saying cheers. And so you got one that fits you and it's more comfortable. I'm a size small on mountain bikes. I'm probably a size small on any bike. Jess says, I didn't say anything. He's been literally nonstop talking for the past 63 minutes. When did I say I didn't say anything? What was I talking about? Or what was I not talking about? Did I say something? I don't know. I have no idea. Josie did an 8-day, 762-kilometer bike trip across a section of Ontario this past June with the new bike. Oh, that sounds amazing. Camping the whole time, or were you stopping at like little inns or bed and breakfasts or whatever Airbnbs? Destiny says, no yawn count yet. Oh, no. Destiny, why? Why? Quite like the look. The scrolling chat and labels are nice. So that's one vote for. You know what the cool thing is? The delay between what I see on the Streamlabs site and what I see over there on the YouTube site is way less than it was with StreamYard. Way less. It's like 4 seconds, whereas with StreamYard it was like 30 seconds. So I like that. Christy says, where are the background trees you had last night? There they are. Would you rather I was like that? How's that? Good enough? Didn't occur to me to yeah, there we are. It's just I feel that this doesn't look so good with the scrolling text down in the that corner there. But I can, you know. Honeybee says, I actually think the look as an improvement, given that you can have the transparent chat. Truth. So is that like scrolling chat down there? Oops, down there. Is that a win? Do we keep that? Peanut Sugar cannot read the names or the messages on the phone. Maybe what I will do is see if I can make that a little bigger. I'm not going to do it during this stream because I don't know what might just cut the stream off. But I'll experiment with that a little bit later. Yeah, Russell is saying that is because we were both like our two little windows pook. But yeah, so I'm not. Yeah, Peanut Sugar can't see the scrolling chat. Maybe it doesn't show up on phones. Yeah, it's comments on the very very small. So maybe I need to make that a little bigger. David is falling asleep. Good night. Your body's still on UK time. Have a good sleep, mister. I'll speak to you soon. Linda posted on her community tab 2 weeks ago. No indication that anything is wrong. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe she's just busy or taking some of her time. Peanut Trucker says, I've been to the moon and back 2.5 times. That is a lot of driving. That's a crap ton of driving. Everyone's saying goodnight to David. I'm just going to skip past that. Honeybee would like the Swift 2.6 pack boat. The reason I don't want the pack boat is because I don't want to have a kayak paddle. I'm old school. J-stroke. Josie likes the option on the combi option for the same reason as you, so you can solo or have two. So, do they offer the combi on many or like all models? Because I would really, Prospector 16, but I would pay the upcharge for the combi. I want the combi for sure. They stayed at hotels and B&Bs for that long trip. So I saw Peanut Trucker put a number, and I think that he is counting yawns, which made me think about yawns, which made me yawn. Chris. So much easier, and we didn't have to bring as much stuff or set anything up each night. But I do like bike camping trips. Did you go on this trip with... Did you do like YouTube shorts or TikToks about this trip? I seem to remember you footage of you on a bike with your mom or another woman. Oh, or maybe it was this one that I saw. We did an overnight bike camping trip to the kiosk campground in northern Algonquin in August. Did you get eaten by flies and bugs? Josie says unto Honeybee, the Swift pack boats are really nice. I would consider that, but I often paddle with someone else, and it's too expensive for 2 canoes. Yeah, they're dude, they're too expensive for 1 canoe. They are not a budget boat. I mean, I'm still gonna. I mean, I'm still sort of. That's what I want to buy. Partly because at the ripe old age of 52, I can't carry what I used to be able to carry. Like 10 years ago, I would have gladly spent less money on a heavier boat so that I would be spending less money. But nope, because if I'm going to be portaging that thing over, like, say, a kilometer or something, it's got to be as light as I can get it. I'm not as, oh no, I'm not as strong like bull as I used to be. Now that I put the trees and made myself smaller, there's no scrolling chat for you. Hold on. Let me put myself back like this. Yeah, I think this is better for the scrolling chat. Serge is out. He says, good night, all. Good night, Serge. But I don't even know, Chris, if it's going to show up. If you're using your phone, I don't know if it shows up at all. Grace says that on your phone, the live chat looks the same. Yeah, but I also have like little streaming chat in the actual video window, but only did 1 post about the 8-day trip so far. Going to make a whole YouTube series eventually, says Josie. Okay. I'm looking for. Russell said something and I can't find it. LT is on YouTube on his phone. Is anyone watching Fowler's 300-mile trip from Maine to Vermont? He left with nothing but the clothes on his back. No, I haven't seen that. Good night, Serge. Sleep well. I'd be tired too. I love it. Thank you, Honeybee. You're making me feel all bashful and young. Yeah, Russell, I think because you use the desktop version of this Streamlabs stuff. Can I just resize that window and have the text bigger, or is there a control to make the text bigger for you? Because if I know what I'm looking for, they might have the same options on this web-based version. Yep, 52 in May. Am I 53? No, I'm 52. I don't believe I had to do the math just there, and I'm tired, so it took me way too stinking long. Yeah, it is too small to read for sure. Yeah, I mean I'm on a whatever this is 32. I'm on 232s, I think, and it's too small. Grace stopped watching Fowler a couple of years ago. Too commercialized. Oh, I didn't. Like sponsorships or what? Hey, Steve, how you doing? How you doing? So Country Boy agrees, but said that the series looked interesting, so you're watching it. I'm double clicking the name, and I don't know why it says double click to update. I mean, you guys don't see that. Yeah, I'm just too tired for math tonight. And like I grew up in numerate, so math, like I have a bit of a blockage there. Hey, but Grace, I'm talking about the scrolling text in the video window rather than in the side chat. What's this? that didn't do anything on the YouTube side. So I'll put that back. I'm still discovering things about this app, about this site, about this service. I mean, what is this? What is this? What? Excuse me. I do like me a nice. Oh, okay. So, Grace Martin. There we go. Fowler, selling a lot of stuff, often making commercials like part of the video. I know that if you get offered like a sponsorship or product, sometimes they dictate that you do a little talk about it in your video. I have so far not had to do that. I've like made I have had almost no offers for sponsored content though, right? But yeah, sometimes like in order to get the whatever it is, excuse me, I guess you have to make a 3-minute segment in one of your videos. I'm not against it so long as they're I just clicked on your comment, Grace, and I was like, wait, I've already shown this. I'm not against having a little segment, but I don't want the person I'm watching to be claiming that it's fabulous and it's the only thing they use, unless it really is the only whatever Yuga that they actually use. And like, I think if you receive an item and it ends up being garbage, say it. What do you have to lose? Another sponsorship for a product that you're not going to believe in? Burn the damn bridge. You know, say it's not great, or if it is good, but this could be better, then say that. I mean, that's useful. What's the worst thing that can happen? They can maybe not sign with you again. Okay. And like, I don't want to see it in every video by someone. Look, we're all trying to find ways to pay the bills, because just the YouTube money, it just, there's no money to be had, right? There are some huge channels that are hurting right now because it's not what it used to be. So sponsorships and brand deals and stuff are kind of the only way. If someone wants to be a professional YouTuber, you can't just depend on YouTube sending you whatever it is, whatever the CPA, CPM, CP, the per view or per impression money. It's just not enough. But I also don't like to, Grace, it kind of reminds me of how there are some channels that I used to love and just don't watch anymore because she is always in a bikini on her thumbnail, or he is saying that everything, is like, I quit, when what he really meant was, here's the story of how I quit my job to be a YouTuber, kind of thing. Or, it's like, don't try to trick me into watching your stuff. Make your stuff good enough that I'll want to watch it. And a bikini body is not going to do that. Some dude, like some guy with the habit of doing the clickbaity titles, is not going to do it, right? And there are some videos that I'm sure are fabulous that I have not clicked on because I don't want to reward certain behaviors. And I'm very carefully saying, she's scantily clad in her thumbnails, he's saying stupid things, just to show that it's not only women who I'm not watching. It's, it's like there are several things that will keep me from clicking. Clickbaity titles, overly clickbaity titles. Like if it seems clickbaity, but you actually did quit something for, no, that's a tough one. I quit is a tough one. But like if the title is slightly clickbaity, fine. I don't need to see female YouTubers covered all the way up. What I don't like, because look, I'm a guy, but what I don't like is when it feels like I'm being tricked. There's a large channel that I don't watch anymore because she didn't need to go that route, and it just felt so cynical that I can't reward it. There's a couple of guys who I don't watch anymore for kind of similar reasons, although they don't necessarily wear bikinis, or they've sort of gone the political route and they're talking about simping. I was such a simp. It's like, you know, I have. I don't have more reasons to not watch a channel than I do to watch a channel, but sometimes it kind of feels that way when I'm scrolling and like 5 thumbnails or titles in a row just piss me off. Yeah, and I don't like an overly obnoxious thumbnail either. Oh, and there's one guy who does his channel is all about helping new YouTubers get started, and in every thumbnail he's got like the big eyes. And a facial expression in a thumbnail will make me not click on it. Dumb, yeah, but it's like maybe part of me is looking for excuses not to fall down a deep hole because I'm trying to get the dishes done or something. I don't know. I kind of went down a rabbit hole there based on what Grace said. But I mean, I'm trying to say that yeah, I appreciate what you're saying. Like if somebody's always selling something, you might start to think, can I trust what this guy's saying about gear? And I don't ever want people to not be able to trust what I say about gear. Yeah. Yeah, Stacy knows exactly where I'm going. Yeah, I'm just like, no. Like anyways, whatever. I'm gonna move on. Wait, actually, I don't click or watch people who hold their head like something tragic has happened. Oh, you know what else I can't stand? It's like when there's a video about don't do something in, I don't know, Japan. Don't do something in Germany. Don't do something blah blah blah, whatever. And like they're like this in the thumbnail. I hate that. I can't stand that. That's lazy. This is like, stop it. But whatevs. Destiny says a quotable quote from Peanut Trucker now. Well, he drops a good one every now and again. I mean, Russell says, honestly, if I could put on a bikini and get massive views, I'd do it. But I don't think anyone lasts as a viewer on channels like that. Like on channels where the viewership is based on that. Like, I don't think it's a good way to build a long-lasting viewership or like a long-lasting subs or long, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it does get boring, right? Cliff is still here listening, agrees with the topic. Hate over clickbaity videos. Me too. Yeah, the face making it. It's like, stop it. Do it, Russell. Yeah, great. Yeah, Destiny. Russell would. He absolutely would. Absolutely. Russell says, well, it'd be more like, could I get massive views despite me in a bikini? Legit. Christy, you'd have the one thumbnail on the steps imitating Jake and Nicole. Yeah, I remember that thumbnail. Their channel is egregious for stuff like that. Russell says, I love how quickly that image came up in your mind. In fact, it's a bit weird. Jim says, I loved that thumbnail. Excuse me. Hold on. Josie says, it's so real on social media that I met one of my followers once and they were surprised that I was exactly the same in real life. I guess they're used to people being fake. One thing I noticed and I don't know you in real life, right? I've only ever met you online. And you came out should I position this differently so it's not like right in front of my face? Was that like an ADHD moment there? Kidding. I don't have a, but you definitely seemed very down to earth when you came on my show for that interview. And you had interesting stuff to say, but you weren't like over the top or anything. So I think that if you are in real life as you are online, then that's a superpower. That's a superpower. You must be collecting friends left, right, and center. Because I can't see anyone not wanting to, to be around someone who is the same in person as they are online. Because so many people are not, I don't like make up a persona for online, but I spend most of my time when I'm not alone masking to cover up for really freaking debilitating social anxiety. And when I say that, people are like, oh my God, but you're so friendly. And I'm like, dude, you do not believe how exhausted I am by the end of a day of being at the office or being online and dealing with people just because it's so hard for me to speak to people. And it's funny because I don't have the same problem talking to a lens at all. I don't. Like, I'm not stressed here. I'm not like, I don't feel small. I'm, in fact, sometimes I say too much and I get like an angry phone call or an angry email later because of something I said, because I don't have all that. I don't have the black dog crushing me the way I do when I'm, at a party or something, Christy says, I know Chris said that Christy and Steve were the same as they are on here, only nicer when I met them. Funny. I like that. Okay, pea soup all. I need to catch up with my wife. She leaves very early tomorrow. Good night. Have a good one, Jim. Sleep well and welcome home. Oh my God, my sinuses are they're just killing me. Somebody's knocking. Hold on a second. Yeah, quelqu'un là? I believe that knocking might have been somebody washing their hands in the bathroom. We have this French kind of soap. It is like a globe of soap that's hanging off the wall on like this metal thing, and I just sort of grab it, rub a little bit, and then wash my hands. But Camille or the girls, they also grab it and like boom, 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 slam it around. Russell says, I think people are always surprised how quiet and shy I am in real life. I don't come across as an introvert in your videos. I definitely noticed that when I went to see you, but I have the same tendency, so I'm definitely not going to judge someone else for it. You know what I'm saying? I really do have to bottle this down, so I'm going to pour myself another small. I'm not going to bottle it down tonight. Work night and all. Yeah, there's one more dram. So I'll bottle this down this week. It's going to be sad to see the end of this, because I sure as hell can't buy another one. Oh, for land's sakes, get in there. What's going on? I'll put it away later when I'm not. Destiny says, I'm still in therapy over butt man and underwear man. Just saying. Hey, you know what's cool about this app that StreamYard does not give me is that if I play a video I can hear the sound. I'm questioning myself because I run this with the actual YouTube page muted. So I don't know, but like, so I might have just heard it here, but it's not going through the YouTube. Now I'm questioning myself. Hold on one second. Hold on one little second. Can we run a little experiment? Hold on. Let me share a screen. How do I share a screen? So how do I find the screen to share? Okay. I'm looking for how I set up to share the screen. I don't know how to make it work. Okay, so share screen. Okay. Screen. Heads up before your screen, yes. Works best on powerful computers, that's fine. Just let me find it. I think I'm gonna figure this out. Can you guys hear this? Oops. Where the hell did I put it? I am lost. Where's that? I'm looking for. There we go. Did you guys hear that? No, you can't hear it. Okay. All right. So forget about it. Yeah, but that's the thing, Christy. How did we make Buttman work? Because Buttman did work. So how? Unless Russell was playing it from his hard drive, maybe? I don't know. Try a video off my PC. Okay. Okay, let me find something. I understand. Let's proceed. Let me find something. Okay, I'm going to show this on screen. And then I'm going to, okay, I've got the sound up. Okay, so tell me if you guys can hear this, all right? Are you guys hearing this? Christy says buffering a little now too. Great. Okay, that you can hear. Okay, so if I play something from my hard drive, you can hear. But if I play something from a website, my video quality keeps dropping. I wonder, hold on. Okay, yes, I hear birds. Okay, that's good. Good night, Josie. Have a good night. It was really, really nice having you around. I was really happy to see your name pop up in the side chat. So sleep well, and I will check out your latest stuff. I want to see that new bike. Okay, everyone's just saying good night to Josie. I mean, we're only here for another 20 minutes anyway. Interesting. Yeah, so I wanted to comment on this. That's probably because I was sharing a another screen. If my video, if the quality of my video drops when I'm sharing something, that's something to bear in mind for sure. Yeah. Josie said she has to join in more often this fall and winter. I agree. A night with Josie hanging out in the side chat is a good night, I think. Yeah, Peanut Trucker says, and this is weird because now these comments are popping up in like on my screen before they're popping up in the side chat in this this service, whatever this thing is called, Streamlabs thing. Yeah, and Chris says, there it is. Boom. Another hour and 20 minutes. Let's do a marathon tonight. No. I gotta be up early. Gotta get the kids wrangled. The missus has to go to work early tomorrow, so I'm heavy lifting in the morning. Country Boy says to Peanut Trucker, always the good influence. Interesting. So in that scrolly chat that's happening on screen, not the side chat, not this chat, but like this chat here, when it scrolls again, there people's icons are showing up. Always a good influence. Absolutely. Destiny is on board for sure. Yeah. Yeah, see, like Peanut Trucker shows up with a little see that right there? That little wrench. But it doesn't show up when okay, LT Survival is out as well. Good night. And I think Peanut Trucker's out as well. You got to do 1,800 miles by Friday. I don't know. So what is that? 1,600 kilometers? Is it like 2 to 1? But yeah, LT is out as well. So good night. Hold on a second here. Like, how, bud? Okay. Christy, I only see icons in the side chat here, like here, but like note that nothing is showing up here. The only icon there is like a little YouTube icon, but that's just to show that everyone is here watching on YouTube, right? Like, see this comment right here? Boom, right? So channel mod and channel hero. That's channel mod. That's channel hero. 2,896 kilometers. That's a long freaking drive, dude. I mean, to me, it's a long drive, but I mean, you do this for a living, so. Everyone dropping like flies in here tonight. Well, you know, it is late. I mean, I'm not going to hold it against them. I mean, it is late. I mean, I myself, in like 15 more minutes, I'm going to sign off and go and eat a piece of cheese. Because, of course, why wouldn't you? Right? I'm just seeing how many likes I got. It says that there's 16 people watching right now, 15, but I don't see the likes, so I'm going to have to. Well, it says 5, but I haven't reloaded in forever, so I'm going to reload the YouTube page, which of course brings on another advertisement. So I will skip that. 22 likes. All right, that's fine. That works. I like it. Cheese, says Fox. I do love me some cheese. My daughters like cheese, but they each like a different cheese, so I have to have 2 cheeses for lunches. The Squeak likes those little those mini Bonbelle, mini Baby Bell. I think the red ones are Baby Bell, the yellow ones are Bonbelle. So mini Baby Bell, the ones that's wrapped in wax and then like a plastic that's impossible to get off. And Camille likes string cheese, I think they're called. In French, we call them ficello. But string cheese is like a strip of cheese, and you can peel off strings. Chris says 23 likes. I only see 22 likes. Now I see 23 likes. Nice. Excuse me. So in our last 15 minutes, anyone else want to drop a note in the side chat about what they absolutely love when they're in the outdoors? A moment that they absolutely love. It's weird, Peanut Trucker, because you see 23, now 24. I saw 22, now 23. That's weird to me. And excuse me. So the stream thing, whatever it's called, Streamlabs says that there are 17 people watching. You can't see this on screen anyway. But the YouTube says 16 people watching. I don't get it. Honeybee says, time for bed for the wife and I. Moment that I loved, took wife on date. Don't super love the way I look. She told me she saw the sky and the land in my eyes because they're blue and green. I call that a win. You know what I call that? I call that a win. I love that. That's amazing. I love that. Country Boy says, I love everything about the outdoors because I'm not indoors. I like that. I feel the same. Absolutely. Country Boy trapped in the city says to Honeybee that your wife is a keeper. As someone who has met her online, I agree. I think she's a very nice person. From what I see, look, we could all be wearing masks, right? We could all be absolute epic assholes, behind our online personas. But I don't go there. I don't believe that. I would rather be proven a fool than live as a cynic. And it took me 5 decades to get to that point, because I have a long history of owning my inner asshole and doing damage to people around me because of it. So I have worked hard to be the person who would rather be proven to be a fool than to live as a cynic. Most solid outdoors moment was at Warren Dudes and MI. That's not where you ruined your mucklucks, is it? Destiny is out. Bonsoir. May the cheese be with you. Good night, Destiny. I'll speak to you next week, or on the Discord or whatever. Country Boy says, I'm an asshole in real life too. Great. It takes one to know one, I guess. we're a couple of jerks. Russell says, oh yeah, City Girl on Saturday grabbed a GoPro and said, me and the dogs are going to look at mushrooms. Oh, that sounds amazing. I love that. Ali G, am I late? Well, no, you're not late. We're still here for another 12 minutes. How's it going, Ali? Where you been lately? Well, I don't know. No, I think it's been a minute since I've seen you. How's it going? You doing all right? I saw something. Susie Q. Hi, Susie, by the way. Riding my horse in the snow with it snowing and the cold air. Oh, that sounds picturesque. That sounds almost Christmassy. I love stuff that seems really old school in the winter, You're riding a horse or someone's like lighting a fire instead of cranking the electric heat. I think winter is made for old school skills. old school methods. Absolutely. Cliff says, for those people I've met in real life from YouTube, I was told I'm the same online as I was in person. Well, that's I said, look, I said to Josie, and I said to you, that's a superpower. It is, because it means that people know what to expect, and that's powerful. Natasha says, hey Jess, how you doing tonight? You having a good night? How's the weather? Sorry, man, my hand is so freaking itchy. Natasha, do you have a favorite outdoors moment? We're talking about like camping or hiking or canoeing or homesteading or just walking in a park. Like if there's something that you love when it happens. For some people, like I was saying, that I love when it's really cold outside and I've just gotten into either, like, say, the cabin or the tent. Like if there's a hot tent, although I've been in a hot tent once, so shut up, Jesse. But like get into the cabin or the hunt camp or something, and you light the fire, you have a cup of tea in my case, or coffee for other people, and then you go to bed and you bundle up and you hear like the wind howling outside and you're warm inside. I love that. Love that. Do you have something like that? Some people have sort of said some of their own little loves, and some of them are great. A lot of them have to do with a campfire, which is not surprising considering this crew, for sure. So we got another 9 minutes. So if anyone else has anything like a love, an outdoorsy love to bring up, then you may look. There's so little in here that I'm just going to finish it. I'm going to be sad to see it go, but I mean, there's not enough here to leave for another night. Boom, bottled it down. Bottled it down. It's gone. It's done. There's the thumbnail, right? I think shots Fox, it says. No. I once on the Book of Faces, before I got pissed off with Facebook and like, this is garbage, I'd sort of, at that point my collection of bottles was like 8, and I made this post, and they were all like expensive bottles that you sip. I said, okay, I can't buy any more bottles till I've finished a couple of these off. And some fool said, party. And I'm like, oh God, these aren't like bottles of Johnny Walker Red Label, for God's sakes. Fox, it says, I need a bikini with that thumbnail. I like how we're tying up the loose ends in tonight's conversation here. Johnny Blue is dead. It done. Dead like dinner. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to get down to it. Like, here it is. Ready? Now let me hold it like this and hang and there. Any of those could be the thumbnail for tonight. For some reason, Chris, I thought you were out earlier, but you're hanging on to the bitter end. That's great. And I asked your wife, sorry, oh my God, sinuses, earlier if she was back home from out west, but I didn't see an answer. How's she doing? I mean, she was out for a very specific reason, which we're not going to talk about here, but I just, is she home? Do you guys... Did you guys get affected by the most recent of the hurricanes at all? Yeah, Chris is a trooper, says Country Boy. What's 1,800 miles in 3 days? Yeah, she got home last night. Okay, nice. Home safe. I do like how when I show people's comments, my name sort of like the name shoots up to there, gets it out of the way. That's nice. But I definitely have to change up a few placements, the placement of a few things. In YouTube, it says we got 12 inches of rain, 50 miles per hour wind, no damage. Nice. Raspberry Rock says, oh yeah, so that's 12 inches of rain, 50 miles per hour wind, no damage. So I'm glad that you got no damage. Tell us your favorite campfire moment. I have two. Two that I can think of. One was up at the hunt camp I used to go to. Second episode of my channel. Okay, so we're talking like 10 years ago. I made an upside down fire. And I had never made an upside down fire before. And I was filming this whole thing thinking, this ain't going to work and I'm going to look stupid. But I had already promised myself that even if something doesn't work and I look stupid, it's still going online, which is why that, Amazon Augers video went online. I know I look stupid, but I put it up anyway. And but this is like my second episode ever. So it's like, God. And it worked. Like I followed what one does for an upside down fire. Because I'd read about it and I'd seen it and blah blah blah, but I'd never made one by myself before, and I'd never seen one done in real life. And so I made one, and it worked, and it burned, and I didn't have to do anything, and I just sat there watching this thing and thinking, I made that. I made that. Excuse me, and I've got a video of it, and I'm gonna put that video up because it was like my second YouTube video. So I was jazzed about just finally making videos because, as several of you know, I went to film school and then I didn't go into the film industry, right? These days, I would pick YouTube over film any day. The waste in the film and TV industry is horrifying. But I had a new camera. I was jazzed about it. That camera was technically better than this camera. It was the 60, the EOS 60, the Canon, which is a way more robust camera than this, way more weatherproof, but not as vlog friendly, right? It didn't have a flippy screen or anything. Anyways, and I just sat there in blissed out gosh wow over this fire that I had made, and I haven't had to feed. I'm just watching it cook and burn down and take forever and feed itself because of the way you build an upside down self-feeding fire. And I just felt so successful. And I don't get to feel really successful a whole lot in this life. So that's one of them. And the other was, Russell, out at your place. I was alone in the woods for the first time in way too long. And I had a nice little fire going that didn't give me too much trouble to start. And I was just sitting there, and there was a beaver pond there. There was a smell of the earth and the trees. It was a nice cool day. It wasn't cold. It wasn't hot. And I was just at peace. And it had been a really long time since I'd had that kind of feeling, which is why if you tell me to go out next year, I'm there, because it's a great space. And I have some really nice memories of it now because it was what I needed so badly. Because every campfire is a good moment for me, but some are better than others, right? Like talking about these two isn't like nothing else was great. It was like, it's like, sitting by, in the calm of the forest next to a fire is always great. But these two are just like sort of two signposts, or two, like they shine out. CôTE-SAINT-LUC says Florida was really hit and miss, wasn't it, Chris? Oh, that's because of the Christy says my uncle got hit really hard in North Carolina. That's too bad. That sucks. My wife's uncle on Long Island got really badly hit when New York got flooded, and all of his neighbors paid to have their houses put up on stilts, and he just moved to Florida. Although I think moving to Florida to get away from hurricanes is not the right way to go. It wasn't really about getting away from it was about retiring, but still. Peter is a lot of damage east of us, east of Tallahassee. Tallahassee is the name of a town. It's just made to be put into a song, isn't it? Peter Trucker says North Carolina got the worst of the rain. Florida got the wind. Okay. I can't keep the storms straight anymore. There's just so many of them. Country Boy says, yeah, I saw that North Carolina got it bad. I'd rather deal with the possibility of the earth shaking here out west than hurricanes. Country Boy, I don't know if we've discussed what city you actually live in, and we're not going to discuss that with an audience, but I think that at one point, I think that at one point, soon or not so soon, but most likely before I die, Vancouver and probably Seattle are just going to get their asses kicked by a huge quake. I kind of hope that I'm not around anymore to see that happen because, Vancouver, well, North Vancouver specifically are my old stomping grounds, but, Peanut Trucker says, my thumbnails are in my Facebook Messenger for me. Okay. Oh, my land. There's Beto. Beto, we're already late. Well, actually, you weren't. When did you show up? Oh, pretty close to 11. But nice of you to pop in anyway. How are you doing? How's the weather where you are, Beto? How are things down there? Everyone's saying hi to Beto. So we're at 23:02, but here's the thing. I'm yawning and begging for sleep, but I still have a little bit of whiskey. So let's wait until this is done. Christy says, oh, it hasn't popped up in the side chat yet. But in YouTube, oh, there it is. I feel like Tim is posting having an earthquake every other day. Yeah, there are definitely some quakes going on where he lives. And I'm wondering if the same is happening up in like around Vancouver, Surrey kind of area. Oh, okay. So you're in Maple Ridge, about an hour east of Vancouver. Okay. Yeah. I used to live part of the year in North Vancouver. My summer jobs were, usually we're doing renos and building, usually in West Vancouver, where all the money is. Country Boy says we had a mild quake last week off Vancouver Island. It feels like it's building up to something big, because it, every 30,000, 10,000 years or whatever, there's a big one, right? And apparently this one's quite overdue. So I hope that it doesn't. At one point, you're just hoping against hope, right? Is Stacy still here? We're down to 17 people, so we're like 10 people off of what we used to be. So maybe Stacy's not around. I was going to say if Stacy's still here, I might pour a very small amount of the 2 brewers, just as a nightcap for the evening. Hey, Shawnee's here. I mean, now that we're supposed to be offline already, and again, Shawnee, in this like channel hero icon, but if I was to show Shawnee in the side chat, no icon. That bugs me. Maybe it doesn't need to, but it does. Christy says no, but Shawnee's here. Yes, I saw that. Thank you for. Okay, so I'm not going to do the 2 brewers tonight. I mean, I don't need more whiskey anyway. This is fine. Country Boy says, as long as it's big enough to kill me quickly, because I don't care, because I'll be dead. Fair enough. The thing is, you'll probably end up trapped under rubble for 3 days, right? I'll pour one for Shawnee. There's nothing left in this bottle but fumes. There might be a few drops. Might as well make absolutely sure, right? Oh, actually, there was a little bit left there. There we go. I've technically poured one for Shawnee. Shawnee's asking how I'm liking this streaming service. I'm thinking it's terrific. For the difference in price, Shawnee, you weren't there for my my members only test stream last night. So here's what happened. I was already paying way too much for StreamYards. I was paying $49 a month, which was too much in my head already. But then when I realized I was paying $49 US a month, I was like, holy crap. Last Tuesday, Cliff said, hey, did you get the notice that they're upping their prices? And I hadn't yet. But I did receive the email from StreamYard 2 days ago saying that, and like in last Tuesday's live stream, I was like, oh, okay, well, if they're going to be raising the prices, I better find something else. And somebody suggested the one I'm using, the Streamlabs Talk Studio. I don't remember who. Was it you, Shawnee? Somebody suggested Streamlabs Talk Studio, which the paid version is $17 US a month. So StreamYard sent me an email saying that I was going to be going up to $88.99 US per month. And this that I'm using, the Streamlabs Talk Studio, is less than half of what I used to be paying for StreamYard. So does it offer everything that StreamYard offers? No, but it does offer some stuff that StreamYard doesn't as well. There's a bit of learning curve, but it's really small. Russell and I got through a lot of it just last night. For the difference in price, I don't care. This is great. This is fabulous. I've got my logo in the corner. Yeah, it looks a little different, but nope. For the difference in price, especially for what StreamYard is going to shift me to on October 27th, I'm like, nope. So last night, I I say again, because I love the way it feels to say that, I ended my StreamYard subscription. And I subscribed to this so that I could be streaming in 1080p with my logo in the corner, like right away tonight. Because the thing is, hold on a second. Wait. Hold on. Shawnee, you're the hero. Is that because Shawnee is the one who suggested it? Yes. Yes, there it is. You missed the test stream. Yeah. It was a members only. Were you? I don't know if you're a member or not right now. Apparently, Country Boy is waving at Chris. I don't think he can see you. Yes, this is Streamlabs Talk Studio for sure. Was it easy to set up? Yes, you did bring it. Okay, so yes, thank you for that. It was fine. There was a lot of exploration, but nothing was. Some stuff didn't work last night, but it's because I was making changes while I was streaming, and when I started up tonight, all the stuff that didn't work last night was working. So I mean, I have to make a few more changes because when the chats, because the chat scrolls on screen like it does at Russell's, because this is essentially what Russell runs, but this is the web-based version. But so when chat scrolls up here, it's way too small. So I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look at moving the chat and the, oh my God, it's not mirrored. So moving the information that usually scrolls down here up there, so that when I show somebody's comment like this here, it doesn't overlap that. But yeah, it wasn't hard. It's not hard. And I'm liking the look. I'm jazzed about it. I really am. I do wish that when I showed somebody's comment on screen, it would show, whoops, it would show their membership or modship icons, but whatever. And yes, having a guest on did work. It worked really well, which was ace, because the reason I don't use OBS Studio or Streamlabs Studio or whatever it's called, except if I'm doing like a members only editing video, is because the plugin they created for having a guest on crashes. So it's the whole technology for me is useless for most of my live streaming if having a guest on crashes the tech. So this doesn't. It worked well with very little learning curve, I find. So yeah, it's all win. Russell says, such bad timing. Streamyard will lose most of their customers to Streamlabs overnight. I think that's hilarious. I am convinced that Streamlabs saw what was happening at Streamyard and brought this out, because it doesn't feel quite finished, but it's really, really close. And I did get a note from Streamlabs saying, look at all this new stuff we're offering, and it's all stuff that these guys are offering for $17 US a month. So I think they're feeling the pinch. I think they may have made a stupid mistake. But like, even if they drop the price for my package back down to $50 US a month, that's not $17 like this is. No brainer. Forget about it. Yeah, Christy says it'd be so cool if we could find the actual numbers of of how many users they're losing to solutions like this, or what was the other one that was brought up on Tuesday? I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm tired and I've been drinking whiskey. Shawnee said I told a few other creators to try it because they're also upset about the price change. Yeah, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to tell everyone that I know who live streams it. No brainer. Absolute no brainer. Because here's the thing, this is less than half of the price that I was paying, let alone their stupid new pricing. What? You know what I'm saying? It's like, nope. Gray says that Foxit did good. He did great by warning me about this price change before I even received the email. Shadi says if you pay for the year, annual fee, then the monthly price gets reduced by a few dollars. I didn't even see that option. But I'm just thrilled that I'm spending way less than I have been, because that goes on my credit card, man. Right? Shawnee says, if you use the chip jar to your PayPal somewhere, someone takes out a fee. Someone was given one through that, but it only got 42 cents of it. Now, I have a tip jar link in my, in the show notes, but I don't yet know how to make that appear. Like, if someone clicks on the link in my show notes and makes a donation, I don't know if that'll show up. Let me check something. Just let me check something here. I'm just trying something. What? My passkey's not working? I'm trying to use PayPal to drop myself a tip to see if it works. Did that work? What shall I give myself? $2? $5. 500. What's this for? For being an awesome YouTuber. Friends and family. Continue. Oh, I can't send money to myself. Okay. So I don't know. I'm just going to assume that it works. I mean, I'm not going to be asking people to tip me just so I can test that. So never mind. But Shawnee says that someone was given $1, but only got 42 cents of it. Well, here's the thing. Like, someone's always taking something off the top, right? You know, YouTube memberships, YouTube takes a percentage of that for sure. Shawnee says, hold on. Let me show that. Wait. I just want to show this first. Suzy Q says, the only trouble is if they get a lot of new customers, they probably put the price up. Maybe, but for now, whatever. Tip jar takes about 5%. Way better than YouTube's 30%. For sure. Yeah, YouTube takes a lot of money. Shawnee says, when I was a guest on a panel, the host was using Streamlabs Talk. This feature I didn't like was I could not type in the chat. I had to go to the YouTube chat. That's interesting. Shawnee does not use, Christy does not use PayPal. Okay. Fair enough. There is I can set up another way to make it happen. Well, Christy just sent me $10. Thank you very much. Is that 10 Canadian? No, that's 10 US dollars. So I can buy myself a sandwich tomorrow. Can I show that on the screen? Yes, I can. But I got the dingle. So did that show up on screen as well? Yes, it is. Okay, I see it now. Okay, so that works. That's fine. Thanks for the money, and you know, thanks for helping me test this by using your own money. I don't think that. So, but Christy, did you use the link in my bio? Not my bio, in my in the doobly doo. Okay, so you couldn't chat. You had to go to the YouTube chat. So you emailed there with your complaint, and they responded, "Thank you. We will see if we can add it." Okay, interesting. You know, it's funny because Streamlabs got in trouble because Peanut Trucker used the tip jar. Shawnee says, it's also easy to rearrange the guests on the panel. If you just double click on a person or move them, also has more layouts when sharing screen you have guests on. I am looking forward to having guests on again. No, you did not. So how did that work then? How did that work? Okay, Peanut Trucker used the tip jar. $5, okay. Russell said tip jar takes a couple of minutes. Oh, Chrissy used the super chat. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, here's the thing. Fox had also used the tip jar link. Did you get anything from it? I'm not gonna necessarily know just yet. I will. You wanting tip donations to pop up on your YouTube? Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Because I thought that I set up. Okay, I have a PayPal Lite that is connected. Tip page. Go to creator site settings. Okay, am I going to do this while we're actually hanging out together at like 11:19? Primary page. So what do I do? Link settings. Set up your creator site to interact with your audience. Country boy is trying to piss Christy off. Okay, so you're $11 Canadian. All right, thank you, country boy. Country boy. I'm trying to figure out though. Yeah, and that doesn't show up yet. There we go. Maybe I don't have it set up properly. Primary site URL. Streamlabs, yes. Let me just copy this. No, that's to set up a creator tab. What I'm looking for right now is link settings for the tip jar. Okay. Tip. Yes. Nope. Whoops. Oh, geez, I messed it up. Primary site URL. All your site URLs are unique to you, but they will redirect to your primary URL. I don't know. I'll figure this out. I thought I had it set up already, but I guess I don't. So that's too bad, because I don't want people donating and then it not showing up on screen, because I want you guys to get the glory for helping me keep the lights on. The lights on right here. Christy is enjoying what Country Boy did. It comes in via PayPal. Yeah, but I mean, that's going to work. I know that's going to work. I had PayPal open, but I think hold on. Home. Yes. Cliff, I got $6.47 Canadian from you, so that's $5 for testing the waters. Recent activity. Man, I spent a lot of money to reliable parts. Yes. So yes, Raspberry Rock. I have a comment. I have a payment here from Cliff for $5 US. It looks like, which is nice. I do like having $5 US in my account. Of course, it's all I have in my account right now. Yeah. So what happens is when you donate to me, it PayPal converts the money immediately. Kelly, how's it going? How you doing? I told you last time that I really like that that P base in your avatar. Country Boy says, "Well, you're in Quebec, so Christie's $10 and my $11 will probably pay your hydro bill for a year." It's not that reasonable, but it's a lot better than if I was in Ontario. That's for damn sure. In fact, it's good enough that one night Russell and I we were online, but like not streaming online. We were just whatever video calling, and we worked out the math. And he said, "It's not worth it for you to get solar panels, dude." And I was like, "But I still want them." I just want them. But yeah, it ain't that good. Excuse me. So I don't know. We're at 23:23. We'll go to 23:30, and then I'm gonna end it because I really need to be in good condition at work tomorrow. Uh-oh, I got a Royal Bank alert. My RBC client card was restricted due to suspicious activity. The only suspicious activity is this freaking phishing message on my phone. At 10:30, Camille asked me to go there quick because she needed something for school. And of course, I did not see that because I ignore my phone most of the time while I'm streaming. Excuse me. So 6 minutes left. Anyone have any last minute stuff to say? Excuse me. Any last minute stuff that they want to talk about that they love about the great outdoors or whatever? Christy says, we're really ending it because you need cheese. Hey, you know, I gotta love a nice piece of cheese. Excuse me. No, we're really ending it because I need to go to bed. I need to sleep. I've had a very rough month. I fall asleep at the drop of an excuse. And this was the drop of an excuse tonight. I wish Al was here to see this get bottled down. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of it. Empty. Empty. Can I just balance it like that? No, this bottle is way too heavy. Because, like, in the whiskey, sort of the whiskey online community, like, doing this and leaving, like, balancing that it's a way to sort of send off your bottle. You know, you take a picture of it and you post it. But that bottle is way too heavy to do that with. So, you know, I'll just take a picture. I'll post that to Russell's Discord later. The end of an expensive ass bottle. Chris is out. Good night. Christy's rough month. It's the first. Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry, I meant the last month was really rough. You know, if Chris is out, that's a good. Well, 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. But yeah, nice to have you around, Chris. It's always nice to have you around. Everyone say goodnight to Chris. I can't believe that there are 18 people still hanging out. It's like late. Or maybe it's not. I mean, maybe you guys are all on the West Coast, in which case it's like, come on, dude, keep going. We're good for another 3 hours. Chris says, okay, I'll wait 4 minutes. Fair enough. Chris, we've had this conversation, but you don't own your truck, right? The company owns the truck and assigns it to you. Am I correct? We played a wedding with my band, obviously, for the daughter of a company that owns, like, a family-owned, like, a short-haul trucking business in Ontario. What? Oh. In Ontario. I think I'm getting echoes. Oh. Are you using headphones? Okay, yeah. So you're a company driver, yeah. Because I know that some drivers do own their trucks. Am I right, or is that not a thing anymore, Chris? Because I feel that I spoke once to a guy who owned his truck, but this was like 20 or 30 years ago. Like, I was almost a kid.
Okay, that's completely surprising because I just kind of put a URL in and it just dropped me right in the live stream. I didn't get a chance to say, hey, camera, mic, or anything like that. It's just like live. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, no, this moves a lot faster. Like, it's a 1-button shunt to live. I was not prepared for that because with yes, Russell does still have some. Oh, okay. So there are still some owner operators around. Are they getting rarer though? Like, it seems that trucks are really expensive. We've had this conversation before. We don't have to redo that, but are they getting rarer?
Is it because trucks are just really expensive?
I kind of feel that trucks are expensive as hell. Yeah, Shawnee.
Like everything.
Shawnee has some experience with this. She says, "Yeah, you just go through camera, mic, and name." Yeah.
Well, I didn't get that either. It just popped up, and I'm like, live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Hey, weird. I can kick you. I'm not going to do it, but there's an actual kick function here. Yeah, exactly. And like, boom, you're on. Exactly.
What? I can't kick you?
It looks like even I can't kick me.
That's ridiculous.
That's interesting.
Did you figure out how to make the chat bigger?
I'm just gonna do it afterwards. I don't want to do it while we're live.
Oh well, you can talk and I'll check it out.
Okay. Chris says, yeah, there's fewer every year, and the mega fleets haul the freight cheaper. That's kind of always the way it is, isn't it? Isn't it, Chris?
Where is that?
I believe it's under
Settings?
design. Oh, maybe settings.
Design actually sounds better. No, maybe settings.
Yeah, Shawnee says, yeah, I've been staying up way too late being on live streams. And like, are a lot of people using this now, Shawnee?
Ticker.
Shawnee says, you want to keep the chat on this screen for the TV viewers, for the TV watchers. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep it on this screen. Like,
I think you should. I mean, I do it.
But like, what's the purpose of having the chat on screen versus not?
Exactly what Shawnee said. Some people are watching on their TVs.
Oh, right. Yeah, and it's different on the TV.
There's no chat.
Yeah, okay.
And well, for me, City Girl, she doesn't watch the chat that I'm watching because it's skipping around doing stuff. She watches the chat that appears on the screen, which also means she's watching like in real time or as close to real time as possible.
Yeah. I'm trying to adjust the size of the chat screen, and it's not adjusting the actual size of the text.
Oh, really?
Which is disappointing.
Yeah, there's not much brand themes.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I mean, we could. Oh. Not that tiny stuff. That's what she said.
Yeah.
God, throw that in there. Oh, I was gonna say I saw a funny SNL. I think it was SNL skit where I don't know. You ever watch The Office?
I've seen all The Office, but the British one, not the American one. What's EvMux? A lot of people are using it or trying Restream or EvMux. This one seems like the best. Oh, I see what you're saying. They're using this or something else or Restream. Yeah, okay. I'm very happy with this app so far. Christy watches the side chat and what we put on screen, but yeah, not the tiniest stuff. Okay.
No.
I think I'm just gonna have to put up with the text being really small.
4 years ago. Might have to join the Streamlabs Discord and
give it a check out. Yeah.
Just ask questions. But so far, I'm really impressed with the Streamlabs version of Streamyard because that's essentially what it is.
Shawnee says, yeah, I did drag the corners to adjust the size, but it didn't seem to change the size of the text. Or maybe it will change the size of the text after I shut this down and start the next live stream.
That seems like something that should have changed in real time.
I agree. I'm messing with it now. Like I'm dragging it and nothing's happening.
Sorry, I'm embarrassed by my name. I have to change that.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm moving the chat box. Now, I've just moved the chat box. Did that happen in real time? Does anyone see?
I don't see somebody's got to say something.
Fair. Somebody type like test
words.
Hi. Okay.
Oh, see, I don't see it on the live view.
No, I don't either. I think it's maybe because there it is. Okay.
Where's Carol? Carol. Oh, you moved it. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But I can't see it on the live view. I can see it on the YouTube view, but it's still tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm trying, man, but just ain't working.
You'd have to. Well, and there's two of us on here, so Christy, here's the screen you were missing earlier, right?
Yeah.
What's
so beautiful? Yeah, I put it at the top so that when I put like, say, this comment, it doesn't overlap. Like if I get an alert because somebody joined the memberships or donated $10, right? Like the way it was before when I have somebody's comment up here, it overlaps that, and I want if somebody drops me $5, I don't want it to disappear behind somebody's comment.
Yeah.
Off-grid recon, how's it going? We were supposed to be done like 35 minutes ago, but not people are just popping in. It's popping off.
Yeah, it's important. This is important.
Yeah, I'm getting it to work.
Yeah, exactly.
So you were embarrassed by your username or by your online name, and you changed it to Poop Thruster?
Are you trying to embarrass me now?
No, there's no judgment.
Okay.
I was just asking a simple question.
All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, you're in Banff today. Nice. Crazy weather. Okay, how is it there then? Are you getting rained on or what?
You're in Banff?
I love Banff.
Damn.
Kristen says I need a fall scene. Did I take any pictures while I was out on your...
I like the top part, but I don't like the bottom part. I know it's like a tarp or something like that.
Yeah, it's a tarp. It's absolutely a tarp.
But,
yeah.
But, man.
Butte. Yeah.
Butte.
Country Boy says, I'm going to be back in case at work tomorrow. Yeah, so like it's currently 23:36, and at 23:45 we are.
So we're gonna go for another half hour.
No. Oh yeah, snow at Lake Louise. Absolutely.
Why can't I find this? I'm looking for something really important right now.
What are you looking for?
Buttman.
But you found him last night.
I know. This is a weird part. I can't find him tonight.
Oh God, I hope he didn't get taken offline. It's like you know when like your favorite show disappears from Netflix and you're like, curses.
Yeah, like 3 episodes to go or something.
Yeah, and like no.
What? Where did it go? I don't understand why IMDb can't follow a show. Like, I like the show. Tell me where it is. IMDb can't do it.
Damn it, Netflix! Who hurt you? Who hurt you that you have to be so cruel?
Tell us about your childhood, Netflix.
Off-grid recon says it was beautiful, but killed our hiking day. Oh yeah, because of the snow at Lake Louise. Lake Louise will always surprise you.
Oh, it's called Hello Stranger. That's why.
Try again tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, this is. Oh
Off-grid,
my gosh!
I hope that tomorrow goes well. I hope it's going to be a great hike if it goes well.
I got the perfect pause right here. Do you bite your nails, Jess?
I used to.
I'm thinking you still do.
I tend not to, but it like sometimes I'll tear a nail and then I have to rip it off.
All right.
Which, by the way, wasn't something I had to deal with when I used to bite my nails.
I'm posting on the cord of discs.
Country Boy says Lake Louise is insanely beautiful. Did a few motorcycle trips through there. Kristen is asking if you've ever watched the show Psyche. No, I have not. 23:39, 6 minutes left. I don't know what Russell's typing about.
I'm doing important things right now.
I'm sure they're very important. Absolutely.
Look on Discord. You'll see one of the things I just did. But
what? Rum Nine Toes is no. You posted a picture of us looking like a couple of fools.
Well, yeah.
Which is accurate.
Right?
Yeah. It's absolutely accurate. But yeah, Christy, what did you love about that show? Was that on Netflix or was Psyche?
All right,
Never even heard of it. Oh, yeah, I've seen Psycho. That was a film. That was a film.
Oh.
I don't know what Russell's working on.
See, I can't. Oh, that's a theme. So how did you upload the background picture?
Oh, design? No.
It's okay. Styles, but
Styles? Yes. No. I did not upload through Styles.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Don't you go messing with my background photo, man. Because
I see. Restricted access.
Wait, what do you mean? What's restricted access?
I can't do it.
Really? That's weird.
It says this action requires subscription to a paid plan, which you have, but
you do not.
I do not have the permissions. Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, so many just discoveries we're making tonight. So exciting! This brand new technology. This.
Okay, I was trying to put Buttman as the background picture.
He's on Discord. Fair enough. Yeah.
Where is Steve?
Apparently, he's also on Discord. He posted a really nice picture of a water ball. I think he posted that so that I would use it as like the fall background.
Oh, well, that's an okay picture. It looks like it was taken with a phone.
With what's it called? LPR, HDR.
HDR. No, yet if you zoom in on the picture, everything's pixelated, like horribly pixelated. Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, it is Psych, and yes, it was on Netflix, and it was just a funny, quirky show. I'll take a look for it. I mean, 8 seasons. I mean, I'm not gonna have time to. The second season of the Lord of the Rings series is on, and I still haven't even seen episode 4 yet.
Oh, the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
So, what were the first 3 episodes like?
Season 2 seems like it's better than season 1 so far. Christy says that Rum Nine Toes is sitting next to her and watching The Walking Dead again. That's another show. Like, I watched the first series, but the first season, but I can't. I see too many series ahead of me. I'm not diving in.
You know what? I started watching actually the Daryl Dixon series like yesterday or the day before, and it's the same well, except the zombies squirt acid blood or something, but it's the same old. It's the whole zombie thing is the background of what's happening, and it's people versus people in an anarchic society,
right? And
I'm like we've seen this so much,
Like if the zombies attack and take over the world, how many people are going to be eaten by zombies versus how many people are going to get a cap popped in their ass because somebody else wants their food? You know what I'm saying? Like,
the whole thing has made me want to write a story about the zombie apocalypse where people, just everyone you run into is, following a specific group of people, but everyone you run into is like, how can we help each other? What do you got to trade with? And then like, you want to get across there? Okay, we'll help you get across there.
Yeah.
I just want to write a story where everybody helps each other. Not like kumbaya kind of thing, but people are still out for themselves, but they're not.
Someone's dying, my lord. Kumbaya.
Just not everybody you run into is a
brains are flying, my lord.
Asshole is what I'm saying.
Right.
They're like, there's still some hope in humanity, kind of thing.
Yeah, it makes me just want to play Left 4 Dead. Christy says, I was not a fan of the show. It got weird. I only saw the first season, and I found that the way that first season ended was a beautiful encapsulation of the show, so I kind of didn't feel like watching season 2.
We watched up until Negan got introduced, and I think it was season 5 or maybe season 4, and the first episode of that season was so over the top, gruesome, and just stupid. It's just like, that's it. I'm not watching anymore.
Yeah. Steve said, "Who said my name?
Nobody.
Who awakes me from my slumber?" Country boy, be the one popping caps.
He's like the vampire in that movie. What was it? Who's been asleep for 100 years? Comes up and like, what?
We're at 23:45. Okay, so all 13 of you, we're shutting her down.
In 15 minutes.
No, I'm going to bed.
How many people are watching?
13.
There's still people watching.
Yeah, but if I keep going just because people are watching, I'll never get any sleep, and then I'll get fired.
Jess, you never get any sleep anyway.
I do get some sleep sometimes.
You're always like, oh, I'm like dead. I'm a wreck. Oh, but I love live streaming, so let's cut that off early.
Yeah. No, I gotta go to bed. I gotta make my kids lunches and then go to bed, actually, and check the laundry that I did.
Just stuff an orange in a bucket.
Wait, what?
What was that? I read a cartoon where like Mom's getting lazy when she puts a can of food in my lunchbox.
Can of Chef Boyardee. You can heat it up yourself at school. But Mom, we don't have a microwave.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Ray and I worked for a pharmaceutical company years ago, and sometimes that's what it was can of chunky soup, and we just owned it. We'd walk down the hallway towards the cafeteria with our chunky soup, like, anybody looked at us for chunky soup, we're like, what?
I admit that I had a can of chunky soup for lunch today.
Oh, it's got more liquid than actual content, but
it's a thicker liquid though. All right, but seriously, peeps, all 13 of you, that's probably including Russell and me, so all 11 of you, we're gonna shut her down for tonight. But I consider this first episode with this new tech to be a success.
Me too.
Qualified, but still works for me. So good night, everyone. Between now and next week, everybody, please be safe, be sane, be healthy, right? Yes, and be kind to one another.
And catch large fish. And be soup.
Play outro.